Ever feel like your life needs a reset button? Well, our protagonist, Juvel, gets exactly that, but with a hilarious twist. Welcome back, everyone, to the channel where we dive deep into the most captivating stories. Today, we're unpacking the delightful and utterly chaotic Manhwa, Don't Marry Me, Dad. So picture this. Juvel, after a rather unfortunate end in her first life, wakes up as her younger self. Standard isekai stuff, right? Wrong. Her first thought isn't about revenge or changing her fate. It's about stopping her impossibly handsome, stoic, and slightly clueless father, Duke Regis, from marrying the woman who made her previous life a living nightmare. And how does she plan to do this? By declaring, with all the conviction a 7-year-old can muster, "Dad, you have to marry me instead." Yes, you heard that right. This tiny, adorable girl is on a mission to sabotage her dad's love life by proposing to him herself. The reactions are priceless. The Duke, a man who probably hasn't cracked a smile since the Stone Age, is just completely baffled. The servants are whispering, the knights are confused, and we, the readers, are just grabbing our popcorn. What makes this story so brilliant is Juvel's master plan. She's not just throwing a tantrum, she's orchestrating a full-blown campaign. This includes following her dad everywhere like a fluffy, determined shadow, trying to prove she's the best partner for him. She attempts to manage his schedule, critique his paperwork with crayon scribbles, and even tries to protect him from any and all eligible bachelorettes. It's like watching a tiny corporate strategist trying to hostilely take over her father's heart, and it's comedy gold. Let's talk about Duke Regis for a second. This man is the epitome of the cold Duke of the North trope. But with a major soft spot he doesn't know he has. He's a war hero, a powerful nobleman, and utterly unprepared for the whirlwind of chaos that is his daughter. He goes from being this intimidating figure to a flustered dad, trying to figure out why his kid is demanding a marriage contract instead of a bedtime story. His deadpan reactions to Juvel's increasingly absurd schemes are a huge part of the charm. One moment, he's commanding legions. The next, he's staring blankly at a marriage proposal, written in glitter glue. But beneath all the laughs, there's a really touching story about a father and daughter reconnecting. In her first life, Juvel and her dad were distant. She was scared of him, and he was too emotionally constipated to show he cared. Now, through her ridiculous mission, she's accidentally forcing him to pay attention to her. He starts to see her not just as a responsibility, but as this vibrant, smart, and hilariously weird little person. We get these incredibly sweet moments where he awkwardly tries to be a good dad, buying her dresses, taking her to festivals, and slowly, very slowly, learning to smile. Of course, no story is complete without a stellar supporting cast. We have the loyal and long-suffering butler who's seen it all but is still not prepared for this. We have Juvel's new friends, who are just as quirky as she is. And then there's the male lead, a young prince who is initially bewildered by Juvel's single-minded focus on her father, only to find himself completely charmed by her unique personality. Their budding relationship adds another layer of fun, as he has to somehow compete with a duke for a little girl's attention. The comedy isn't just in the dialogue, the art plays a huge role. The visual gags are top tier. You'll see Juvel with a comically serious expression as she presents her business proposals to her dad, or the Duke's subtle but hilarious changes in expression as he processes the latest round of insanity. The contrast between Juvel's tiny, fluffy appearance and her grand Machiavellian scheming is a constant source of amusement. One of the best running gags is how everyone outside the family interprets Juvel's actions. They don't see a kid trying to stop her dad's wedding. They see a genius child prodigy who is deeply involved in the political and economic affairs of the duchy. When she says, "We must secure our assets," she means her dad's attention. But the nobles think she's talking about a trade deal. This misunderstanding-fueled plot is handled so well, leading to situations where Juvel accidentally solves major national crises while just trying to get a piggyback ride. And what about the original villainess, the stepmother? The story does a great job of building suspense around her arrival. Juvel is terrified of her, But with her newfound confidence and her father's growing affection, we know the eventual confrontation is going to be epic. It sets up a fantastic dynamic where Juvel isn't just a passive victim anymore. She's the master of her own destiny, even if her methods are a bit unconventional. As the story progresses, Juvel's initial, selfish goal slowly transforms. She starts to genuinely care about her father's happiness, not just her own security. She wants him to be loved and understood, and she starts to realize that maybe, just maybe, her plan to marry him isn't the most sustainable long-term strategy. This character growth is what gives the story its heart. She learns that a family isn't built on contracts or schemes, but on trust, communication, and a whole lot of patience, especially when your dad is an emotionally stunted duke. The world building is also surprisingly intricate. We get glimpses into the political landscape, the power struggles between noble families, and the magic system of this world. But it never gets bogged down in heavy exposition. All this information is cleverly woven into Juvel's daily adventures, making the world feel rich and alive without slowing down the comedic pace. So, why should you read Don't Marry Me, Dad? If you're looking for a story that will make you laugh out loud, this is it. If you want a heartwarming tale of family and healing, this is it. And if you're a fan of the misunderstanding trope done to absolute perfection, you have found your new favorite manhwa. It's a perfect blend of comedy, fluff, and heartfelt emotion. It takes a familiar isekai setup and turns it on its head, creating something fresh, funny, and unforgettable. Juvel is a fantastic protagonist. She's not just cute, she's proactive, clever, and her determination is both admirable and hilarious. Watching her navigate the complexities of high society with the logic of a 7-year-old is an absolute joy. It's a reminder that sometimes the most absurd plans lead to the best outcomes. It's a story about second chances, not just for life, but for family. That's all the time we have for today. Have you read this manhwa? What's your favorite ridiculous moment? Let me know down in the comments. I love hearing from you all. If you enjoyed this analysis, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more deep dives into the stories we love. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.